Hey guys, I'm just trying to go live on TikTok. Buy stop is in on gold. Buy stop is in on gold. There we go. Partial TPs. So guys, we have buy stop in on gold. Buy stop is in on gold. I'm just trying to put my partial TP in now. Oh God, need to change screen. Buy stop is in on gold, guys. Buy stop is in on gold. There we go. You can see it on YouTube. Uh, Peter Cole's been triggered. That means you didn't wait for that hourly to close. You probably got triggered as the hourly opened straight away. What's going on? Right. I'm just TikTok, if you can hear me, I am literally just here we go. There we go. Okay, so buy stop is in. We're not triggered yet. We're not triggered yet. It's close, but not quite. All right, I'm putting first take profit at 25, second at 50. Uh, you got triggered literally as the next candle opened, right? You didn't let it wick down, guys. Or you place your waiting for it to trigger. TikTok buy stop is in above the M30 high here, which if you look at it on the M15, we've got a nice inside candle, but we had to wait for the candle to close, looking for the wick down. Didn't want to get triggered as the new candle just opened. So patience. You'll still be fine though. Yeah, but it's the same setup, Lisa. So you'd have got triggered literally as this candle opened, which is the hourly. Just have to be that little bit more patient. Good afternoon, Anna. How are we? Peter Cole, good afternoon. Uh, Slinky Dog, Fraser, Hall Brothers, Steve Watson, Big Harvey. Guys, good afternoon. So yeah, we've got buy stop in on. If you want to see the pending order, it's here. Just remember your price may vary slightly. So mine is 42.14.86. 42.14.86. That's my buy stop. Now remember, ADP news is out in 12 minutes. So ADP news is out in 12 minutes. So I'll keep this open if price comes down here. But if price is sitting relatively close to the buy stop, relatively close to the entry price, then I'll cancel it just before. Kitchens, good afternoon. Now, oh, sorry. Um, I just need to send an invite. To, uh, right, so we're just waiting. One second, guys. So just waiting for gold to trigger if it does. Right, as soon as it triggers, I'm going to set my TP1, TP2. But if it hasn't triggered by, I don't know, let's say 11 minutes past, I'm going to cancel the order. I would like to think we can get to break even before, if it triggers it, here we go. Suleimani, good afternoon. Wait, there we go. Right, we're in. T1 is set, T2 is set, extended targets up here. Now, trade management, what I'm going to do is, because we are close to news, it is a 30-minute setup that I'm looking at. If we break the low here, I'm going to close half. And I'm not going to replace the second half. Okay, so traditionally what I would do if it breaks the low, I'd close half and then re-put half above the highs. I won't do it now because of news coming in the next what 10 minutes. Marquis, good afternoon. Peanut, good afternoon. So, in fact, what we've got news in 9 minutes. I don't expect it to do too much, but do you know what I am going to do? I am just going to bring it to a 20 pip target because of the news. No point being greedy. At 15 pips, I'll move stops to break even. So that's 11, 12, 13, 14. There we go. There's our break even. So break even, guys. So we know we can't lose anything now. Anna, you guys might, because you've been triggered already, you've probably hit your 20 pips. And there we go. Why does that, why did that not close? Okay, so I've just closed half there, guys, because I'm not quite sure. It went over 20 pips, but it maybe the spreads just popped out a little bit, but I just closed half. As you can see, that it got 13 pips. Only banked $300 there. But if it goes on and we close another half at the 20, then great. But I just closed half because I'm not quite sure why it didn't. Maybe the spreads opened a little bit as it got to 20 pips. News in 7 minutes. News in 7 minutes. Let me know if you got your T1 there, guys. Did you get your T1? T1 for Peter Cole, fantastic. Lisa Peace, Anabolos, T1. Anyone else get the T1s? I was slightly down, only ended up with 13 on the basis that it touched the 20 but didn't close half out for some reason. And there we go. We're there we go. We're out now. Okay, so we ended up with $275 on that one in the end. TP1 just closed with it being used. Yeah, perfect. Big Harvey T1, lovely, well done, mate. So we did what we needed to do there. Not exactly a great trade. I think I missed out on about 200 and something dollars for the T1. But it is what it is. This is where, obviously times of news and spreads increase through volatility. It's probably why it didn't close out when we saw it hit 20 pips. But look, at the end of the day, we've sorry, I'll be back in a second. We did what we needed to do, which was the one trade and secured a few pips there. So nice little start. Um, 1 second. Uh, so right, okay, let's wait for the news. While that's happening, we're going to change screen. We're going to go back to Trading View just to see, just to have a look at the analysis because I always prefer ADP in 4 minutes. The next news is at 3 o'clock, so that's not going to affect me. Let's have a look, see what's going on with. In fact, I'm going to go to. I'm going to go to TradingView because I actually don't like to analyze charts on MetaTrader. Literally, MetaTrader is just purely a functionality for placing the trades. So let me just change screens over and we'll go back to there. And while I'm doing this, and I'm going to change it on TikTok as well, let's update the stats. That's now 68 wins, albeit for me, a slightly reduced return. Instead of getting the 20, it was 13. So let me just amend that. If you have just arrived late, guys, we have had one trade on gold. Some people got the full 20 pips. I finished up with 13. Even though it did go the 20 pips, the software didn't close it out. So I closed out half manually for 13. Okay. Right, let's see how we can. Let's get rid of this. Don't need that. We know news is coming shortly. Okay, so 30 minutes. Okay, so I'm not so fond of the 15-minute right now. Let's start with the daily and work our way down. In fact, let's just get rid of everything. We know the news is coming out in 2 minutes, so a lot can change in 2 minutes. Okay, so what am I thinking? This morning when we broke the low and started to push lower, I thought we'd maybe break down and fill the range of yesterday's low and maybe push lower. Since we broke the low, we've then gone on, pushed and broken the high. Now, obviously, we'll wait for the news to see what happens. It could fly, it could sink, it could do nothing. So if we look at the 4 hour, again, the 4 hour, we can see this congestion here. There's no real clear direction. This 4 hour candle, if it closes like this, in theory, we should be looking to see the market break the high and push on towards 42.26, which is another 140 pips higher. Looking at the hourly, well, we broke out this little consolidation range that we saw this morning. We said, right, if we break the lows, we want to trade it down. Then it failed to move lower, and we said, right, if we break and close above the range, we want to trade it long, which is what we've just done. Now, maybe that's because of the news, but the market hasn't followed through again. So when you don't get these follow throughs, it kind of narrows the range, makes the chart less interesting, something that I don't really want to get too involved with. So well done, Andy. 13 pips, better than nothing, as I say, which is why I closed it manually. I'd rather have come away with 13 than a break even. Anyone else come out with some pips there? Now, potentially, hourly chart, we are seeing. I don't like it though, because if you look, the market got a high here, then a higher high, higher low. So if this was, okay, we just flipped again. There's the new news is out. There we go. We'll wait to see how this candle closes in 15 minutes. Now we've seen Uh, I just want to see see how it came out. 115. Ooh, big miss. So the forecast was 5,000 potential job changes, increase of 5,000. It was actually a miss of 32,000, so a 37,000 difference. So obviously that's not good for the market. So big miss, big miss. Expect gold to push higher. Expect gold to push higher on that, but we'll see. My bias would be gold's going to push higher. So we'll wait and see how this unfolds. But I just don't like the traffic. That's the problem. Let's see where the next clear zone is. Okay, so looking at the 30, this is what we can potentially do. If price, if this 30-minute candle closes like this, if the next 30-minute candle starts to move lower, I'm going to do what we call a flip entry. We've got strong momentum on the day, or at least over the last 2.5 hours. If we have around a 20 pip wick, then I will wait for the next candle to move lower, and then we'll look to buy the high of the current candle, fill the range of the previous candle, and then run back up into basically 4,227.28. It's bad for dollar. Hello, Anna. How are you, darling? Just a weaker dollar will push price of gold up. A stronger dollar will push price of gold down. If the dollar gets cheaper, in theory, it makes it more attractive for people to buy gold. There's just a rule of thumb. It doesn't necessarily, it's like any correlation. Doesn't mean it's always going to play out. I'm very well, thank you, Anna. Very well. We just had a nice little trade on gold. Didn't quite secure full T1. Um, it was a trade taken just before news, but it played out. Some of the followers hit T1, so well done, guys. And some of the others hit 13 pips, 15 pips. Um, right. So we've got 12 minutes before I will look at taking a trade. 12 minutes before I will look at taking a trade. And C, thank you for the follow. Very kind of you. Um, right. How many people are new to this stream? If you're new to this stream, just drop a yes. Trolley happy, welcome back. Okay. So look, this was a trade call from this morning. The members hit some nice pips out of it. Now something else. How many of you are trading prop accounts? So if you see the link below here, this instantfxcapital.com, they're currently offering a 20% off on all accounts for Cyber Week. So make sure you check them out. Um, anyone that is um, into funded accounts, I'll send you the link now. In fact, you can see the link in my bio, but check out. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's my YouTube link. How did that? So anyone that trades No special code. All you need to do is just go on the website, check it out, and there is 20% off on all funded accounts. Mr. Buckley, morning, Mark. Have YouTube on, but in the background, just watching for the past few days. Ah, no worries, buddy. Not a problem. Nice to see you back. Uh, oh, finishing the year off strong with meetings. Look at this. DAX is starting to drop. Let's have a look at clearing all this off. See if we can see what is happening on the higher time frame. Okay, daily chart, resistance, support. Above here, we've got lots of clear range on the daily. Looking at the 4 hour, it's slight adjustment for this one. We can leave that there for now. Oops. See what the difference is. 50. Yeah, there's 70 points available there, so that works. No range here, so we're going to look for buys above there. So at the minute right now, this area is what I'd call the no trade range. Let's drop down to the hourly. Okay, support is in here. Now, you're going to get support through this area, but I don't like it because you're just trading into congestion, into crap. So if we look at the support level here, and then we look below there, we've got nice clean range until here, 608. So that's 82 points. So if we get close below there, we can look for sells below this price point. I don't like buys above 8,213. Nah. So only above 890 is of interest. Yeah, and then look, if we look for buys above there, change that to 30. Slight adjustment again to here. That's fine. Again, another slight adjustment. There we go. So this is going to be my no trade range. All of this. Yeah, big area, but I don't care. No trade range. Unless I see a one directional move to the downside or to the upside, and then I can look for either a range trade or a BPC depending on where the market lies. So as it stands right now, this price point between 23,924 and 23,664 is a no trade range for me right now. Obviously that can change in the next few hours or maybe in the next day or two, depending on how the candles form. So I'd be looking at, oh, let's just go back. We've got 7 minutes. No. So we're going to look for sells below 23,664. Buys above 23,92, call it 925. $178 pips, so loads of room here to make profit. This one, again, an adjustment to fill that wick. We got 55 pip range, so not massive, but we can still hit T1, T2, dependent on how big or how low below that level the candle closes. So no trade range, with buys above, sells below, in the middle, do nothing. Okay, everyone clear? If you're clear on that, just drop a yes in the chat. If you're clear on that, drop a yes in the chat. Asif, good afternoon. Yeah, lovely. Okay, let's have a look at the NASDAQ. Right, we'll do top-down analysis here. Start with the daily. Okay, daily looks like we're breaking the highs. So structure though, daily resistance through here. Daily support, there's no point putting that on. It's too far away. 4 hour, I would move it to here. And we've got this. Let's have a look, see how many pips we've got between. 70, that's fine. Let's go to the hourly. That's fine as well. I'm just going to drop that in there to the 30. Yep, to the 15. Okay, lovely. So the buys look nice. So the buys are going to work. Okay, so we're going to put a flip entry in on the NASDAQ right now. So I'm going to change screens. Let's change screens. I'm going to put a flip entry in on the NASDAQ. 15. All right, TikTok, I'm just waiting for market, the market. I'm just waiting for the candle, the screen to allow me to change. Okay, there we go. Okay, I just need to reset my scale. There we go. Okay, so the high of this candle for me is 25,625. So let's go to 62. There we go, just over 627. Just need to look left. That'll be fine. Oh, there. Okay, trade's going in. So order is in. Okay, so buy stop on the NASDAQ, yeah. All right, first take profit for me is going to be 20 points, which, hold on. Let me just measure on. So I've got about 70 points over there. So using trading view. So let's do, there we go. Okay, orders in. See what happens. Gold, I'm going to stay away from. It's too close. Yeah, nothing on gold. Don't like the DAX. So yeah, nothing. Bridget just found chat. Can you explain the flip? Okay, so yeah, it's a buy stop. A flip is just where you're looking at this candle being bearish, and the flip means you're going to place your order above the high because it's got no wick, and you want it to flip bullish. So you can see right now the flip has gone. Okay, the time's gone for the flip. The flip we can't do. But I'm going to leave my order there for a momentum entry above the 30-minute high. So we'll leave this order in for the next 30 minutes. Yep, for the next 30 minutes, this order buy stop will be in. So we do nothing now until we get triggered or until we close back below here in the next hour. And if it does, then I cancel the order. So while I'm waiting for that to happen, I'm just gonna send someone some details very, very quickly. Yeah, no, I'm not doing any flip here. This is just now a momentum entry. So the order is still the same order, but the style of the order has changed. Okay. Um, so if you were to journal this, it would have first been a 15-minute flip. Where is it? Here. So we're looking at this, and it would have been a 15-minute flip. Now it's just going to be a 30-minute momentum high, momentum entry above the high. How many points for TP and stop loss? On this one, uh, stop loss is currently set at 41. As soon as it triggers, I'll move my stop underneath the current candle, which would be 10 points less based on the current low. If it gets lower, then I'll adjust it accordingly. Uh, How's everyone's morning been? Has it been a good morning? Quiet morning? Terrible morning? Have you been disciplined? What's the format of your morning been? All right, there we go. That's everything shared. Uh, what was that? Alexander, good afternoon. Harvey's back again. How are you, mate? Um, we got buy stop in on the NASDQ. We've had one trade on the gold, secured a few pips. Nothing fantastic. Um, Bridget in profit. That's what we like to hear. Fine Fruits UK, welcome. Harvey, I'm good, mate. I'm good, thank you. I'm good. We had a little trade on gold, a little one. Some people got the full 20. I only secured 13. We took it before the news came out, and it did go the 20 pips, but for some reason didn't close half of the position, so I closed it manually. Um, like a prince, like a prince. I've not been in trouble yet, so it's a start. Now, I was looking at some stats with a friend earlier, and the difference it makes using either, let's say, Trade Assistant, Dane's Trades, or Magic Keys is unbelievable. Okay. Uh, so the monthly is 97, and the monthly is £97. Um, Annual is obviously more expensive. Uh, the annual, yeah, there is a Klarna option. So the annual is 997. So that's annual membership, and you can split that over 3 payments with Klarna if you're based in the UK. So there's no Klarna option on the monthly, but there is on the annual. So if you wanted to be an annual member, that is 997, and you can split it over 3 payments using Klarna. So yeah, yeah, no problem. Anytime, Harvey. We're waiting for you, pal. The doors are always open. Uh, Copy. Yeah, I'm just waiting for Naz to have a little flyer. Yeah, we need Naz to pop. We need Naz to pop on the open. That's what we're waiting for. Yeah. Okay, so uh, what's this setup? This is just a momentum entry. We're looking for the open of the news. So you can see how price here just broke and closed above. Then we've had this candle sell off, but yet we're saying, right, if the market breaks above this high, we should break through the highs and continue pushing higher into clear space. So it's just a momentum entry. Who's on YouTube? Yeah. So there's a monthly option to join there on YouTube. You can click that link. Now remember, next year members benefits increase because we're adding more streams to the members. So members not only get the morning and the evening, they're going to get 2 of the afternoon sessions. They're going to get Tuesday and Thursday. So on the live streams for next year, 2026, the general public will just be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay. Unless, of course, I can't do one of those days for whatever reason. But for the GP, it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So we're adding more value, more content to the members. What do you get as a member? So you get 6:30 a.m. That's UK time, live stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You get, so that's for pre-London Open, European Open. Then you're going to get 1 p.m. live stream Tuesday and Thursday. Then you get Monday and Tuesday 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Live stream for swing trading, and Wednesday a video analysis video. You get the members community, you get a trade setup channel, you get a success stories channel, you get all the recordings of the live streams and partridge and pear tree. So members community, you can ask anything, share any charts. I don't think I've missed anything there. But yeah, you get a whole lot of stuff. So it's 8 live streams a week. And the beauty is because everyone who is in the community, you're all trading the same setup. So you could be at work, right? Or you could be out and about. And then one of the members will share a chart. If I haven't shared it, one of the members might share a chart. And you go, do you know what? That setup looks perfect. I'll take it. It's not like you're trading a discretionary setup because everyone's trading the same thing. When you see someone's chart, you'll have your own little favorites in the community. There's some traders are a lot more active than others, but you will spot certain traders that are sending certain setups out, and you go, do you know what? I'm just gonna if they ever post, I'm gonna follow what they do because they're smashing it out of the park. And that's the beauty of a community. You know, it's not like you're all looking at different things. How you manage the trade will be slightly different. Okay. Yeah. So it all comes down to, you know, things. I feel like my card's just getting hammered right now. Keep getting pop-ups. And I know it ain't me because I'm talking to you guys. Orders. What the hell's that? Okay, so we'll sit tight and wait for this. So any questions, guys? Keep them coming in. Let's have a look, see what's going on with gold. Yeah. Now look, had gold not been right up in this range, would have potentially looked at trading this. Above here, we'll definitely look at trading it. But the beauty is now, because we've gone in a linear direction, we've got options. We can look for breakouts, we can look for range trades. Because the candle bodies we see here are nice, big, clear. So if we do get seller candles pop in, we can then look to trade it back down. I think based on the news, my preference is for the market to go higher. Uh, the Prince, welcome back. Gold's popping. Indeed, it is, Vic. It's popping. Gold sells at 42.33. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna wait if we can get some sellers. If sellers present themselves to us, then we'll look for potential sells. If we break above here and we get a close above and we get a wick down, I'll be looking to buy. So it's all going to be dependent on what goes on. We have 15 minutes left for this candle to potentially push higher and trigger us in. DAX, I'm not going to be doing anything. Okay, so look, because we're in the zone, resistance here. I'll mark it on so you can see. Resistance formed here. If we get a seller candle here, then the next candle pushes up, we can sell the low of this one. Okay. Yeah, so how many of you are on my free Telegram channel? If you're not on the free Telegram channel, if you're not a member, then the first thing you should be doing is look into so- okay, so if you're not on the free channel, guys, I'm just going to get you a link. So, no, no, there we go. Copy link. Copy link. So, chat. Here you go, guys. This is to the free Telegram channel. Click on there. If you're on YouTube and you're not if you're not a member or not on the free channel, then jump on there. If you are a member, then there's no point going on the free channel. You're not going to get anything that you don't get in the membership. You're just going to get bombarded with more messages. I'm going to join now. Thank you, Cash Banditso. Is that? Whereabouts you from? Whereabouts you from, Cash? What part of the world? NQ doing nothing. Yeah, NQ doing nothing. DAX is doing nothing. Gold is sitting at that level. Gold is sitting at that level. Now, remember, guys, uh, there is a 20% discount on all funded accounts at Instant FX Capital. So that's 20% discount. From Texas in the US, this is my first week after hands-on trying to learn trading. Okay, perfect. Welcome, welcome to the team from Texas. As they say, go big or go home. I Now the question is, are you a Longhorn or a State fan? Or is it Texas Tech or Longhorn? Horns, baby. Okay, nice. Yeah, I met a great guy in Mexico many years ago, and he was at Longhorns. That's how I know about him. Okay, gold is pushing into the zone, guys. Gold is pushing into the zone. Matcha, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Only one trade taken so far. We got well, I say 20 pips. Some of the team got 20 pips. I didn't. Sell coming. Listen, I don't just play sells based on a structure point. I will wait for sellers to show up. So for me to trade a sell here, I actually need to see a seller candle form and close, and then the next candle push up, and then I'll sell below the low. So the process and the thought process behind me wanting to sell after the next candle rallies is a bit like the easiest way I can explain this to new people is a bow and arrow concept. In order for the arrow to project forwards, I need to pull the bow backwards. You let go of the bow, the arrow projects forwards. So with trading concepts or trading terms, I need to see price pushing up, so buyers pushing price up, and then that attracts sellers to the market. If it attracts enough sellers, the candle will reverse and start to push lower. If it doesn't, it'll break out to the upside. Okay, so that's the way that I would look to trade or sell. And the same for the breakout to the buy. If we get a close above here, so if we get a close above the resistance, the next candle, I want it to move down first. If it moves down first, that should attract enough buyers to then push price higher. If it does, we'll have a buy stop waiting above the breakout candle high. So that's it. And what I'm telling you now is no different to what I tell my members. I don't hide anything in the free channels to what I do in the members community and the members live streams. The difference is here you get an hour, hour and a half, what every every day at the minute. Members community, they get it 6 times a week, plus they have access to the community 24 hours a day. You get the recordings, trade setups. You also get swing style. So look, I'm favoring, as I said after the news, I am favoring a move higher. If we can, I'm not going to do a momentum entry, even though it might just go, um, just because we're so late in the hourly candle. It's still 40 points. 5. If it pops, it pops. I'll let it go. Gold trader, you'll be triggered now, mate. That's just hit 43. 33, I should say. Hmm. Okay, we're not gonna get my traditional setup here. Yeah, you're definitely in now. It's 34.50. Hmm. Okay, sit tight, guys. Sit tight. Let's see. We've got 6 minutes. 6 minutes to the close of the candle. Once it's closed, we will then make a decision on what we can potentially do. If we can get a close and it comes, let's say, back down to around 30, 31, then I will look for maybe a flip entry. Providing it goes down, we'll look to fill the wick. So Bridget will get to explain the flip entry again, but we need a wick. We need a wick on this candle, a decent wick. Okay, cool. That's good to know, Bridget. So look, 5 minutes. Yeah, so we could get a setup here that's going to be quite nice, okay? But it needs to close like this. I need this kind of wick. So we've got a strong momentum candle. We're going to close above all the resistance levels, but I need a wick. If there's no wick to work with, I can't trade. So patience, guys. How many of you wanted to just buy as you saw it popping through the resistance level? Anyone wanted to buy as it was just popping through? Now remember, this candle could shoot off another 5, 6, 7, $10 before the candle closes. It could also drop back below the level. So this is why I always wait for the candles to close before I do anything. Worst thing that's going to happen is we don't get a trade, which is much better than being in a trade you don't know how to manage or you don't know how to get out of. So there's a great saying, I'd rather be a pilot on the floor wishing I was in the air than a pilot in the air wishing I was on the floor. SMH man, I had somebody tell me to buy gold earlier because of news, but I can't just buy off word of mouth. Yeah. Don't buy off word of mouth. Worst thing you can do. Just following signals as well is the worst thing you can do. Never follow signals. At least, at least here, right? I will give you a detailed explanation of what I'm doing and why, and then you can understand the thought process behind it. It's a mechanical process. Yeah. The last thing I want people to be doing is just impulse buying or impulse selling because that will get you into danger when you're trading with bigger accounts. Because then basically, if you're just impulse buying and selling now, when it comes to trading bigger accounts, you're going to then have to relearn how to trade. So you want to know how to trade a small account, and then that will develop into a big account. You don't go into a gym and just pick up big weights. You have to build up the process. So the way that you want to be um, trading in, let's say, a year's time or 6 months' time is the way you have to start trading now. So I was having a conversation with a new member the other day, and she's professional horse breeder, trainer, show jumper, I think was the right way of explaining it. And I was trying to put it into that context. You wouldn't just put someone on a show jumping horse that's never ridden before and then expect them to go and, I don't know, go and do a competition and start jumping over huge fences. I can't think of the bloody famous one. Um, you know, so you'd start off with a basic beginner horse, and the horses will get bigger, stronger, the more difficult control. You'd be doing more difficult things with it. So you have to think in that process. So whatever industry you're in, there will be a process that you can think of where you don't just queue jump. You don't literally get to the front of the queue and go, well, I can buy my way to the front of the queue. If you buy your way to the front of the queue with trading, all that's going to happen is you're going to blow a lot of money. You want to make sure what you're doing right now is the way you're going to do it in 3 months, in 6 months, in 9 months, because all that happens is then you're fine tuning your mindset, your brain, your actions, good habits, so that the only thing that changes in the way that you trade will be the amount of capital you're putting on a position as opposed to having to relearn, because then it's just you're making the whole job a lot harder for yourself. Okay, so if we get a wick down, if we get a wick down, I will buy, but it looks like it might just go without us. If it goes, it goes. Ooh. All right, let's close this one for now. I forgot I'd left that one open. Okay. Yeah, no trades on gold. This could be. What's that, Bridget? Got that. Oh, right. Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I just you know the actions. that we do now of what we want to replicate when we have big accounts. Some of you have the ability to have big accounts now, but you're not doing it because maybe you don't have the confidence in yourself, maybe because you know you're still relatively new, you're still learning the process. But remember, the process is everything. You know, how you teach someone to do something is to make them better at it. So the process is everything. Once you've got the process, the growth will come. Uh, yeah, no trades for me on the NAS. I would wait. I need not on the cells anyway. I think if we can break below this price here, but it might again this might go without us. Let's have a look. Yeah, so if we can close below there, then we have 80 points. Maybe we don't. And it's dropping. What's gold doing? Has gold popped higher? No. So, uh, no worries. To be fair, I wouldn't have traded this, buddy. I wouldn't have traded this. I'd want it to get below here for clear candle space. Through here, I don't like what I'm seeing. But I'm glad it worked out for you, buddy. I'm glad it worked out for you. Let's get rid of some of these. I was literally just having a coffee with someone about an hour ago. Well, a bit longer actually. And I was saying some days you'll come to the market and you'll look and there's just nothing to trade. The one trade that you want or the one direction that you say there's a setup. So for me, like on this one, I was saying I'm looking for buys above here. The sells I'm not so keen on unless we got below that price point, but it's done it all in one go. So now it's like, right, where's the next potential sort of trade? Again, if I'm looking for sells, I think it's going to be below here. Just have a look. Oh, there's 90 points there. So again, maybe if we get close below, we can look to fill that wick here. There's 90 points. Gold's just sitting up here. I'm not going to trade it because it's off the 5 minute. I have zero interest in that. Okay, so something is happening. Let me just have a quick look. Gold 4233. Someone else who said that? Ahmad. Yeah, gold trader had sell limits in at 4233. So if that's what you're referring to, I'm not sure. I hate when I have to leave my desk and go outside like a normal person. I will be watching this. No problem. Yeah, some drop. Confidence, and I don't feel like I have the same. Uh, Vic, what's that? You're lacking confidence, did you say? Vic, are you saying you're lacking confidence? Navrang Media. I don't know who you are, but hello and welcome to this live stream. Oh, when you spoke about bigger accounts. Okay. Yeah, but listen, you don't have to trade bigger accounts. You just trade the account that you're trading, copy it onto a bigger account. So you don't see the numbers. People freak out when they see the numbers. So trade the accounts, trade the account that you uh no, I don't need to check my WhatsApp. Tosh, you can stop bugging me, please. If I when I speak to you, I'll speak to you. So on that basis, I will be looking to see how the market interacts here. Gold trader's just gone to break even on half of his positions. Nice. Uh, you do only TikTok live. No, TikTok and YouTube. They're running simultaneously. I believe there's a little bit of latency on YouTube. So I think some people are using some people are using the voice or the sound from TikTok and the charts from YouTube. I don't know, but there is a little bit of latency on YouTube. TikTok is a little bit quicker by all accounts. Um, Let me have a look. Yeah, I reckon the markets are probably selling off on the back of that news and on the poor performance, but it doesn't really make sense because bad data would only kind of um, maybe instigate the Fed to potentially cut rates. So there's probably something else come out. I'll have a look, see what I can find. Stocks move lower. Microsoft is down 2% in pre-market trading. Uh, what does this say? One second, I'm just trying to open up this. Microsoft lower AI sales quota. Okay, there's nothing really there. So maybe it's just a generic sell-off. I mean, price came into structure. Where um, yeah, price came into structure, and we're seeing it sell off. But I won't be surprised if we break those highs. I'm just going to see if I can find any other news coming out. We'll see what happens on the open. So pre-market open, we're seeing that the stock market is down across the board. Um, I have zero setups for me at the minute. Zero setups. I'm just looking gold, NASDAQ. Hold on. DAX? No. Yeah, nothing at all. Now the DAX has come into the support zone here. So potential, if we get a 15-minute buy candle form, so you're going to have to wait for this one to play out in 3 minutes. So 18 minutes time, you could look at the DAX. If this candle closes above the level, the next one comes down and then closes bullish, we can buy above the bullish candle high. Yeah, it's quiet for me today. Really, really quiet. Now, we do have potentially a false break setting up here on gold. Has to close below the level. If it closes below the level, we have 70 pips available for up for grabs on the next move lower. So potential. I need to see this candle close below. The low is 4220.7. So 4220.4. That's fine. See if it closes like that. If it closes back above the level, I'll cancel it. I won't place it, I should say. 10 seconds left. Nope, I'm not placing it. Okay, it's no order going in. So we'll wait for the 30 minutes to close and see what happens. Realistically, there's nothing to do now unless we get a close above 42.42. And we've got a bit of the old yo-yo going on. Okay, Nas. Okay. All right, there's sells on the NASDAQ underneath the low. Ah, shucks. What's going on? Okay, there we go. Sell stop is in place. I'm just going to put this above the level for now. Just see where this price candle goes. Partial TP will be 20 points, and then I'll let it. So we'll see. Let's have a look. So, I mean, look, we could put extended target down there and then put in an additional. I think it'd be around there. So the beauty about waiting for the market to push higher before you sell is, in theory, you shouldn't get caught in moves like this. So if you just sell here, by waiting for it to come back up and attract sellers, the market then and you place a sell stop underneath the low. The worst thing that's going to happen is the the market's just going to push higher and keep going. Okay. Um, if and if it does that, we don't get triggered. But if it pushes higher and attracts sellers into the market, then fantastic, we get triggered, and very high probability that our first TP will get hit. This is why we have a high success rate. Gold, yeah. So if the 30-minute closes below, then we can look for a sell as well. But the 15 didn't, so I've left it. Hold on, it looks, why is it has closed below? Switch. I'm going to sell underneath that 15-minute wick there. Bring that down. The low of that candle is, I'm going to cancel the other order in a second. 2072. So I'm going to put that at 40. Open trade. Okay, we'll see. Hold on. Let's just watch and see which one triggers, and I'll cancel the other. Okay. Uh, so gold's getting close. Right, I've put a 20 pip first take profit on gold. So we'll see which one triggers, and if whichever one triggers, I'll cancel the other one. And goodbye for gold. We'll see. Time to buy, mate. Really? Well, I'll buy if I get my setup, and I'll sell if I get my setup. But unfortunately, guys, I don't take any advice. Did you open any trade? No, no trades. There you go. No trades. We have a pending order on gold, sell stop. We have a pending order, sell stop on NASDQ. Um, so yeah, just we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'll be able to go until 2:40. And what uh pending order for gold, it's a sell stop underneath the low of the 15-minute sell candle, the bearish candle. Yeah, just remember and that's right. What Gold Trader's saying is anyone that wants to copy trade, you're better off learning how to trade first. And that's why I'll always explain why I'm buying or why I'm selling and the thought process behind it, the system that's being used. So then you can decide whether that suits your psyche, the way that you want to trade. You know, you'll get people out there that will just send out signals. They won't explain why they're doing it, and people will just follow them blind. So as they say, when you learn how to do something, it's a skill for life, and that goes for anything. The skill will be much more valuable to you than the potential of following someone. Stop. Uh, what time chart is showing? I can't see. Which one? You got 15-minute on gold. They're both 15 minutes to be fair. 15-minute on gold and 15-minute on NASDAQ. So yeah, we're waiting. Pending orders are sat there, and until they trigger or become invalid, then I'm going to do nothing. The million-dollar question is which one? Yeah. Well, well, there's there's nothing live at the minute, guys. There's nothing live at the minute. We'll see what happens on the open of NYSE, which is in 4 minutes. Open is in 4 minutes, guys. Will stocks rally? Will they sink? Andy, take care, mate. Have a good one. Will gold sink? Will it rally? Who knows? Yeah, I mean, look, if price moves in my favor and I get triggered on gold, I'll be coming out at where you want to buy, gold trader. So yeah, that's I think around the 4,200 makes sense. Gold is a buy, okay? Oh, we're just waiting for price to either trigger our sell on gold or sell on NASDAQ. There's not a lot to talk about until something like that happens. 2 minutes, well, just under a minute and a half. Minute and a half. Gold has been a buy since January 2024. True, true. It's been a one-way market. But we've had, in fact, I'd be interested to see the buy-sell ratio over the course of the year. What's been more profitable? You would expect the buys, but you never know. 20 seconds for the 30-minute candle to close. 8 seconds. All right. I'm just getting ready for either one of these to hit the partial TPs to set them. They're just hypothetical at the minute. They're not in place because the trade hasn't triggered. Silver got knocked $1 but is recovering the downward move. I don't look at silver, so I never see that chart to be fair. Right, I'll give him till 245. Silver's up 100% since January. Unreal. The yo-yo continues. Yeah. I'm not on any trades. I have two pending orders, a sell stop underneath the bearish candle here on gold and a sell stop underneath the bearish candle here on NASDAQ. If you go above 42.42 and you get a close above there, potentially interested in, but I won't do it because it's going to be out of my trading time. But yeah, for anyone else, if you got a close above, wick down, I'd buy the highs. But I will wait until 2:45, and if there's been nothing, I will cancel all orders. Tangent, good afternoon. Thanks for joining the live stream. Wait for a close above. Don't get impatient, guys. Don't get impatient. I'm pretty much nailed on not getting a trade on gold by the time that I'm finished. So I'm gonna close the sell on gold for now. So I've closed the sell on gold. When I say I closed it, I've deleted the pending order. I've left the pending order on NASDAQ, and I will leave that there, as I said, until 2:45. So you've got news at 3 o'clock as well for US dollar. So probably the ship's going to steady a little bit. Buy all the way, mate. Yeah, good, good man. Keep your buyers going, pal. But not for me. It didn't meet my rules. I would be a buyer if price closes above here, but I'm not going to do that because we don't have time, and I won't be trading at that pit. Oh God, what's this? Yeah, very quiet session, guys. Very quiet session. Just the one trade happened very, very early. Yeah, Lisa, take care, darling. Take care. Um, 8 more minutes, and then I'm going to shut up shop. Okay, 7 minutes, guys, and I will call it a day. And I will call it a day. Not one of my best days. It's 3 trades, 3 blue trades, but it's been a disciplined day. We stuck to our game plan. The ranges aren't that clear, but so like I said, I will close everything in 7 minutes. When I say close everything, I will cancel pending order on NASDAQ, and that's it. Just one pending order. If it triggers in those 7 minutes, fantastic. I'll take it. If it doesn't, then nothing lost. Will we see another shakeout on the NASDAQ? Will we see the market just drop down to some key levels and then buyers just come back in and buy it back up? So if that is going to happen, watch 24,000, 24,500 as some key levels. I don't expect it to do that today, but you never know. I'm just looking for 20 and 50 points. Okay, so let's just get this one back to big. I'm not looking at gold anymore. Yeah. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Commander in Chief, very late, mate. Very late. Well, we're just wrapping up in 5 minutes. We're just wrapping up in 5 minutes. Oh, sorry, guys. Shh. Okay. Go on, go. Oh, Christ. 1 second, guys. I just need to turn my phone as well. live stream. I'm just on live stream. I'll ring you back. Uh, okay, pal. Bye bye. Sorry, guys. Back. Um, okay, so Commander Chief, I'll rewatch, see what nuggets I can learn. It's been a bit of a quiet session. NQ a buy 25,300. Yeah, I mean, look, I've got a price zone at 25,300, which is where I want to get. The two purple lines are where I take partial profits out, both before 2300. I like 25,200 as another area where you could see price potentially see buyers come in. So 25,300 is the first one, and then that last big wick down is where I'd want to be looking at extended profits. Oops. I like gold sells still, actually. I like gold sells underneath the current 30-minute candle. False break, taking out the highs, flip. I'm going to have to stay on, I think, for this. I'm going to have to stay on. What have we got? 30-minute. Right, so look at this, guys. Resistance, resistance, closed above, closed back below. This candle's now taken out the highs. If we break the low, we're going to go down. We're going to fill this wick. There's 30 pips there. I'm selling that. And then if it drops, well then, shebang. So partial TP, I'm going to put in 25. Just below the wick fill. Should we wait 5 more minutes? No, I'm in. Well, when I say I'm in, I've placed the order. I'm going to lose the NASDAQ order. Yeah, I'm going to lose the NASDAQ order. I'm going to focus on gold because I like this. Okay, we're in. It was a nice start, not such a nice. Went 8 pips up, didn't get to the 15. Auto break even. Where are you? So I'm going to bring that down to 17 pips. No, just we're in a trade. Could we? Oh. All right, so I've got 18 pips as a break-even point here, guys. So we're 20 pips down at the minute, 17 pips. So the orange numbers mean negative, guys. The orange numbers mean negative. I don't see any questions until I'm out of the trade, so I'm not being rude, guys. still got 13 minutes to the news. I thought we'd, once we broke the low on this candle, I honestly thought we'd drop straight in and fill that wick. I can't see any questions, guys, because I'm just focusing on the chart. Come on, let's drop. Uh, there we go. That's break even, guys. I've just closed half 18 pips. I just was going to secure profits. Secure some profits now, guys. There we go. It's moving, moving, moving. There we go. TP hit 20 pips, 30 pips. There we go. Lovely. 35 pips. Don't care what happens now. Just bring your stops down a little bit in profit. So, was worth the wait. Let's see if we can drop. I've only got like 12.5% of the 25% of the position running now. Here we go. 50 pips, I'll close another half. There we go. Another half banked. We just done got $1,000 banked on this trade right now. Thanks, buddy. Just stick to the process, guys. Stick to the process. If I see 80 pips, I'll bank another half. And then I'll just leave it. In fact, let's just put that in so I don't need to do it manually. Here we go. Let me know, guys, if you got that T1 and out, Peter Cole. Come on, guys. Share the wins. Share the wins. I want to know what you banked. How many pips? Thanks, Gold Trader. Here we go. Come on. 70 pips. Come on. There we go. 80 pips secured. With the, well, wait, 2,600 for the day now. All right, let's start bringing this down because there's no method to where I've just put that now. I'm just bringing it down because we've got 8 minutes to the news. We're 70 pips up. We'll secure whatever we can secure now. Let me know if you secured over 50 pips, guys. I'll update the stats in a second. Yeah, I'm not interested in the news either. But we'll see what happens when the news comes out. It could spike lower. I tell you what, 100 pips and I'm going to close it all. There we go. Done. I'm out. All right, guys. There we go. Done. I'm calling it a day now. I don't care if it drops further. I'm not greedy. So, guys, if you enjoyed the session, if it was worth waiting till the end, just drop a like and a yes. If you want to find out more, yeah, unlucky gold trader. If you want to find out more about being part of the community, drop me a DM, or if you are on YouTube, there's links. Uh, there's links posted that you can jump on to join. Okay. Well, you got the best 5 minutes there, Bray. There you go, Bray. You got enough there from that one trade to join for a month. So if you wanted to be a monthly member, drop me a DM. I'll send you a link. Uh, Oscar, very much worth it. Guys, thanks for joining in. Gone with the Kim joined way too late, but I'll be back next time. But that's tomorrow, 1 o'clock. I'll be back. See you tomorrow, 1 o'clock, guys. Well done for everyone that caught some nice pips there. I'll see you all tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Bye bye. Bye, guys.